When the sun dips behind the French Riviera, Monaco transforms into something unreal. A living movie set where the night belongs to billionaires. Neon lights reflect off the polished bodies of Ferraris and Lamborghinis lining the Monte Carlo streets, while the world's most glamorous women glide past like they own the night. Every glance, every engine roar feels scripted for luxury. Here, a casual evening drink might cost more than a month's rent in New York. Yacht decks shimmer with crystal glasses, designer gowns, and private laughter carried by the sea breeze. This is not just nightlife, it's a declaration of power, a performance where beauty, wealth, and ambition merge into one breathtaking show. But behind the glittering surface, not everything is what it seems. Hidden alliances are formed, fortunes are risked in quiet casino rooms, and somewhere in the crowd, the mysterious figures who truly rule Monaco appear. So, before we dive into the night where billionaires meet desire, make sure to like, subscribe, and stay until the end. Because what happens after midnight in Monaco changes everything. As the last light of the Riviera sun melts into the Mediterranean, Monaco's harbor begins to glow like a crown made of gold. Port Hercules, a name that already speaks of strength, turns into the stage where the richest men and women on earth prepare for their nightly ritual. You can almost taste the air, a mix of sea salt, perfume, and the faint hum of yacht engines warming up for the night. Along the docks, waiters in crisp white jackets glide between tables, serving champagne older than some of the guests. The sound of ice clinking in crystal glasses blends with soft jazz drifting from nearby yachts. Here, every gesture is deliberate. The flick of a lighter, the turn of a wrist displaying a diamond watch worth more than a penthouse. For these people, luxury isn't a privilege, it's oxygen. As the sky deepens into velvet, the billionaires begin to arrive one by one. Rolls-Royce doors open like royal gates. Women in shimmering dresses step out as cameras flash in quiet reverence. Conversations are whispered in several languages: English, French, Italian, Arabic, yet all carry the same tone. Power. Behind every smile, a deal. Behind every compliment, an agenda. Down by the marina, a single yacht steals every gaze, a black and gold vessel rumored to belong to a man known only as Zeus. No one has ever confirmed who he is, but everyone seems to know his influence stretches further than the sea itself. As the yacht's lights flicker on, a hush falls across the crowd. Something, or someone, is about to appear. And in that moment, as the first star pierces the twilight sky, Monaco feels suspended between two worlds. The calm before a night that promises temptation, speed, and secrets that money alone can't buy. The streets of Monte Carlo come alive as night falls, and the parade begins. It's not an official event, yet it happens every evening like clockwork. The Boulevard des Moulins turns into a catwalk of engines where machines worth millions glide by under the neon glow. Each roar of a V12 or whisper of an electric hypercar feels like a heartbeat of the city itself. Here, horsepower isn't just power, it's a language of dominance. A red Ferrari Monza SP2 hums past, its polished body reflecting the lights of luxury boutiques. Moments later, a black Bugatti Chiron follows, trailed by a Rolls-Royce Phantom whose driver wears white gloves as if conducting an orchestra. The sidewalks are lined with onlookers, tourists, influencers, and locals, all hypnotized by the sight. But it's not just the cars that steal attention. Emerging from the passenger seats are women whose presence makes time slow down. They wear elegance like armor, their confidence louder than the rev of any engine. Every step is calculated, every smile deliberate. Some are models, others entrepreneurs. But all understand the unspoken rule of Monaco nights: appearance is power. At the Monte Carlo casino, engines quiet as the parade reaches its climax. The circular driveway gleams with reflections of headlights and diamonds. Cameras flash, laughter mingles with the hum of expectation. Then, silence. A low, deep growl breaks the air, a sound too rare, too expensive to belong to anything ordinary. A matte black Bugatti La Voiture Noire turns the corner. Its presence is commanding, its value rumored to surpass $19 million. The The crowd parts instinctively, phones rise, but the tinted windows reveal nothing. The driver's identity is a mystery, yet whispers ripple through the crowd. Could it be him? As the car glides toward the casino's golden doors, a woman in silver steps out from the shadows, her eyes fixed on the vehicle like she's been waiting for it. The night holds its breath, because what's about to happen next will redefine who truly rules Monaco after dark. Not every light in Monaco is meant to be seen. Behind the glowing facades of Monte Carlo lies another world, a labyrinth of private lounges and members-only clubs where cameras are forbidden and privacy costs more than gold. For the average visitor, Monaco's nightlife ends at the casino doors. But for the elite, that's only the beginning. Past a marble hallway guarded by men in tailored suits, the entrance to Sas Cafe opens into a haze of soft music and dim lights. Here, billionaires sit shoulder to shoulder with supermodels, investors, and quiet power brokers. Every conversation is coded. A toast might seal a deal, and a glance could ignite a rivalry. There are no business cards, only handshakes, and the occasional discreet whisper of a name that carries weight. A few blocks away, Jimmy's Monte Carlo vibrates to a different rhythm. The world's top DJs play for an audience that barely looks at them. Because here, the real entertainment isn't on the stage, it's at the tables. Champagne towers rise like monuments to excess, and the laughter of the world's richest people echoes off walls lined with mirrors, amplifying everything but truth. Then there's La Vigie Lounge, hidden within a cliff-top villa overlooking the sea. No signs, no reservations, only an invitation, handwritten and delivered by someone you don't ask questions about. Inside, the atmosphere is almost unreal. Candlelight, perfume, and a symphony of low voices discussing markets, art, and influence. They call it the invisible court, where power isn't shown, it's traded. Tonight, though, something feels different. A sudden silence sweeps through La Vigie as a tall figure enters, flanked by two discreet bodyguards. The music softens. Conversations stop mid-sentence. A few recognize him, or think they do, but no one dares to speak his name. He nods once, and a seat is prepared near the edge of the terrace, overlooking the dark sea. As he sits, the moon catches the glint of a gold ring engraved with the letter Z. And for those who know what that symbol means, the real night in Monaco has just begun. They enter like a quiet storm, elegant, composed, and entirely in control. In Monaco, beauty is never just about appearance, it's a statement of power. These women, draped in designer silk and confidence, have rewritten the rules of influence. Each of them represents a new kind of royalty, one built not on bloodlines, but on ambition and precision. Inside the candlelit corners of La Vigie Lounge, their presence commands attention. A discreet glance, a faint smile, a whispered name. And entire deals shift direction. One woman owns luxury properties across continents, another leads a fashion empire worn by celebrities. Yet what unites them is something deeper: mastery. They know when to speak, when to pause, and when silence says more than words. Among them, one figure stands apart, the woman the tabloids call the hidden queen of Monaco. She rarely appears in public, but tonight she's here, radiating quiet authority. Her gold bracelet glimmers under the soft light as she raises a glass, her eyes drifting toward the balcony where the golden Z'd ring, Zeus's symbol, gleams in the dark. That single glance between them lasts barely a heartbeat, yet the entire room feels it. In that instant, everyone understands. In Monaco's billionaire world, the most powerful move is made without a single word. Under the golden lights of Monte Carlo, the casino glows like a jewel carved from ambition. Its marble steps have felt the weight of kings, movie stars, and billionaires chasing fortune not for need, but for thrill. This isn't gambling, it's theater. Every card flipped, every roulette spin, every subtle smile from the dealer carries the same electric tension. Tonight, anything can happen. Inside, the air hums with quiet suspense. Baccarat tables glimmer under chandeliers, and the soft shuffle of cards blends with laughter that hides more than it reveals. Here, money flows like champagne, effortless, endless. A man in a tailored suit pushes forward a single chip worth $50,000. A woman in a silver dress watches him, unblinking as if reading his next move before he makes it. In Monaco's casino empire, luck is just another form of strategy. But it's not only about the game. For many, this is where alliances begin and reputations are tested. Deals are made over poker hands, friendships dissolve with a roll of dice. Every player has a story, some play to win, others play to be seen. Tonight, though, there's a new tension in the air. A crowd gathers near the private salon, whispering about a mysterious guest invited by the house itself. The dealer straightens his tie, the music dims slightly, and even the regulars, men who've lost and won millions, pause to look. Then, a low hum cuts through the room, the sound of an engine outside, unmistakably rare. Moments later, the doors open, and a figure steps in, tall, composed, and unmistakably familiar to those who know the name whispered across Monaco's high circles. He walks past the tables without a glance, heading straight for the private room reserved only for the most powerful. As the doors close behind him, the golden lights flicker slightly, and for a brief moment, everyone wonders, is luck about to change? Or is destiny itself walking among them tonight? When the casino lights fade and the city quiets, Monaco's true heartbeat moves to the sea. Out in the dark, a constellation of private yachts glows softly, each one a floating palace, each one hosting a different kind of night. The waves shimmer with reflections of gold and champagne as music drifts across the harbor like a promise only the chosen few will ever hear. On board, everything feels slowed down, as if time itself respects the wealth it surrounds. Guests lounge on decks lined with marble and teak, their laughter mixing with the sound of the tide. Waiters in white serve vintage champagne and caviar, while private DJs play for audiences of 10 instead of thousands. No noise, no cameras, no outsiders. These yachts are sanctuaries of power, places where billionaires relax, negotiate, and sometimes fall in love under the Mediterranean stars. From above, the scene looks like a galaxy adrift, each yacht a glowing planet with its own gravity. But among them, one stands apart. A sleek obsidian vessel twice the size of any other, with a single golden stripe along its hull. The Aquila. Few know who owns it, fewer have ever been invited aboard. Tonight, though, a smaller speedboat approaches quietly, carrying a woman whose silhouette matches that of Monaco's rumored hidden queen. The security team recognizes her instantly. The gates open without a word. The air changes as she steps onto the deck, the wind tugging at her golden shawl. From within the yacht, a familiar voice, low, controlled, unmistakable, calls her name. The music fades, the sea grows still, and in that perfect silence between two waves, the woman walks toward the voice that rules Monaco's nights. The world may never know what's said next. But one thing is certain, the tides of power in Monaco are shifting, and by morning, nothing will be the same. Just when most cities fall asleep, Monaco wakes up again, this time to the roar of engines that shake the night sky. The streets that hosted Formula One by day now turn into an unofficial racetrack for the world's elite. Midnight on the Riviera isn't quiet. It's alive with fire and motion. To drive here after dark isn't just a thrill, it's a statement of dominance. The first echoes begin near the Fairmont hairpin, the most iconic curve in racing history. A Lamborghini Aventador slashes through the silence, followed by a McLaren P1 flashing its taillights like lightning. The engines sing across the harbor walls, blending with the laughter from late-night balconies. Cameras rise, tourists cheer, but the real stars of this spectacle are the drivers, billionaires, collectors, and legends who treat the city like their private circuit. Among them, whispers spread about a particular convoy, 3 hypercars moving as one. A crimson Ferrari SF90, a matte silver Koenigsegg Jesko, and a black Bugatti Divo with golden accents. No one knows who's behind the wheel of the last one, but rumor says it belongs to the same man whose yacht dominates Port Hercules. The crowd calls him Zeus. As the cars surge into the tunnel, their engines roar in perfect harmony, a symphony of raw power that rattles the glass of nearby hotels. When they emerge, the Bugatti takes the lead, slicing through the night toward Casino Square. But something's different tonight. the passenger seat isn't empty. Through the tinted window, a glimpse of a woman's golden hair catches the light. The crowd gasps. The car slows briefly before vanishing up the hill toward the palace road, leaving only the echo of its exhaust behind. And as silence settles over the Riviera once more, one question lingers in every mind. Was that just another billionaire's joyride? Or the beginning of a story that even Monaco's billionaires aren't ready to tell? As dawn begins to break over the Riviera, the golden lights of Monaco start to fade, but the truth behind them lingers. For outsiders, this city looks like paradise. Yachts gleaming like diamonds, cars worth fortunes, and faces that never seem to age. Yet, behind every flawless smile lies a story written in silence. Because in Monaco, perfection isn't just admired, it's demanded. While the streets are being washed after another sleepless night, the real cost of that glamour becomes clear. Many of the men and women who seemed untouchable just hours ago now retreat behind tinted windows and private gates, hiding from a world that only loves them when they shine. Every appearance, every post, every move must be calculated. Reputation here isn't currency, it's survival. For the billionaires, the race never ends. Deals must be kept alive, rivals must be outshone, and the illusion of effortless success must remain unbroken. For the women of Monaco's elite, the pressure is even greater. Elegance must look natural, beauty must seem eternal, and no emotion can ever crack through the surface. Behind the laughter of last night lies exhaustion, and behind the glamour, the quiet fear of losing everything that makes the world notice. As the sun climbs over the palace walls, a single black car leaves the harbor road. The same Bugatti that ruled the night before. Inside, the mysterious figure watches the sea in silence, while beside him, the woman known as the Hidden Queen closes her eyes, lost in thought. The city returns to calm, but something in the air feels changed. Because in Monaco, every sunrise writes a new story, and for those who rule the night, the next chapter is already waiting to begin. As the first light touches the yachts and marble streets, Monaco returns to its calm, pristine illusion. But those who lived through its night know better. Beneath the shimmer lies a world powered by secrets, where beauty negotiates with ambition and silence often speaks louder than money. The city never really sleeps, it simply changes its mask. Every sunset rewrites its own legend, and every sunrise hides what the night dared to reveal. For outsiders, Monaco is a postcard of luxury. But for those inside its golden circle, it's a delicate game of image, influence, and control. Every smile, every move, every glance across a crowded room carries meaning. And when the engines roar again tomorrow night, the same billionaires, same queens, and same whispered alliances will take their places. Because here, the night never truly ends. If you've enjoyed stepping inside this hidden empire of wealth and wonder, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share to stay with us on Inside the Billionaires. Because every time the lights of Monaco turn on, another secret is waiting to be uncovered.